33 free throw attempts as well. But guys just not selling, attacking, and staying in a constant attack mode and spraying it out, when you can't, when things aren't there, you draw a crowd.
You guys have been playing well as of late, but to be able to combine that with playing well down the stretch of the game, what does that show about a team and where they're at confidence-wise?
Again, trending in the right direction, learning from our mistakes. A couple months back, we'd have lost a game like this. And back then, sitting here with you guys post-game, during the post-game pressers, just telling you guys, as much as it hurt, we need to go through this process. We need to learn. It's trial by fire. So I think just all those experiences is causing us to be more conscious on offense, not just throwing away possessions late in the game, being deliberate, knowing who we want the ball to go to, knowing what actions we want to get into, know what combination of players we want involved in the actions, and the same defensively, really digging into our matchups and switching them up at times to try to create some indecision by the opponent. But at the end of the day, like everything we've gone through up to this point this season, I think has been a huge education for us to trend in the right direction here currently.
Darvin, hard to put you on the spot here, but you get that match performance from Dennis. You get LeBron doing what LeBron did, Russ doing what he did, Thomas doing what he did. Is there one of those that stands out to you between those four? And is it?
I mean, everybody had their moments during the game. Dennis had his moments. Russ had his moments. Brian had his moments. Thomas, those free throw line jumpers, it's almost like he could make them blindfold. Him on offensive glass, defensive glass, him guarding, and that's a hell of a task to try to stop donuts. And so it's just everybody, man, a whole group effort. I mean, when you play hard, you play smart, you play together. Like Russ said at the end of our post-game talk with the team, you have fun. It's about having fun at the end of the day. We're in a blessed profession. We have, a blessed careers, and we get spoiled. We get paid to be here, to travel the country and do everything from our travel to our hotel, everything first class, and we're playing basketball and doing basketball for a living. So I just think it's just a reflection of guys sharing the load and out there having fun with one another. And during different segments of the game, different guys are able to step up and make impacts. And that's what happens. Like with AD, you have a tendency to defer. Or Brian, you have a tendency to defer. But, Thomas, as you mentioned, Russ, Dennis, everybody stepping up. K-Nunn last night, everyone is stepping up and trying to hold their part of the rope and all pull in the same direction.
When LeBron said what he said in Miami about losing and that not being in his DNA and not being good, that can cut a couple different ways for a team. You guys haven't lost since. Is there any correlation, do you think, to the way guys have responded to that loss in Miami and their leader kind of talking that way after the game?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think everybody took it in stride, and no one disagreed with that. You know what I'm saying? Everyone wants to make it a story, like LeBron's calling out his teammates, or LeBron's doing this, LeBron's doing that. Like, he's stating facts, and so no one wants to be comfortable with losing or get repetitious with losing or being satisfied. Well, okay, we had great individual performances, but once again, there's another one in the L column. No one wants that. So yeah, it's almost like ringing an alarm. Like, everybody wake up. It's wake up. It's time to get over ourselves, buckle down, and compete as a unit on both sides of the ball and do what it takes, man for man, hold ourselves accountable for the group, not for ourselves, but for the group. And, we've, again, been trending in the right direction ever since. And, guys, you see guys, their competitive juices and how they sustain their competitiveness throughout the 48-minute game, it's paying dividends. And I think that had a lot to do with it. Him just, like I said, not calling anybody out, but ringing an alarm. Like, we need to be way more competitive than what we are at this current moment, and we've been that these last 5 games.